Hello, everyone. Today I'm with the president and CEO of HydroGraph Clean Power Inc., a commercial producer of high purity graphene listed in the OTCQB. Kjirstin, thank you so much for joining us. This is a milestone year for HydroGraph. The Austin headquarters are almost operational with two Hyperion reactors on site. What does having the R&D, manufacturing, and executive functions under one roof unlock for the company that the old footprint couldn't?
Yes, so it's been fantastic to consolidate the team. The Kansas facility is now formally closed, and now everyone has relocated to Austin. And really having this innovation hub, which is kind of how we imagine this Austin headquarters. We've been working from the Austin office since March, and now the back half is online, and the reactors actually produced the first amount of graphene this past week. And just having the whole team here able to interact, able to troubleshoot, to quickly move from discoveries in the lab and R&D and to then push that into production is extremely efficient and also very exciting for the company.
Fantastic. And you've also been moving operations and now the corporate base toward the US. What's driving that shift from a strategic standpoint? And how does this change how the company is positioned in front of US customers, partners, and the capital markets?
Great question. So we've been very lucky to receive a huge amount of federal interest. When we think about graphene, we synthetically produce a nanomaterial that can drastically reduce our reliance on all critical minerals. And regarding graphite, in most applications can actually outright replace it. So all of our components are made in the US and we use only Texan feedstocks. And because America is 100% reliant on graphite, for example, and on many other critical minerals, China owning 80% of the worldwide graphite production, it's now more or less a national security concern. So we do intend to redomicile, which we're currently working on internally. And with that, we intend to move from the CSE to a major US exchange.
Well, that's very exciting. And also, talking about federal interest, you've publicly called on U.S. policymakers to designate graphene a critical material, considering that countries like China, South Korea, the UK, and also the EU are already treated that way. Why does that designation matter today? And how does the HydroGraph's hydrocarbon gas production process position the company if it happens?
Very well. And so for us, there's a difference between us receiving federal support, which again, we're very confident of, in relation to the entire industry really evolving to understand what graphene is. And while, again, we do have some champions within the federal government, what we would really like to see is a better understanding, which really starts with education on what graphene can do. Because I firmly believe if more of our politicians actually understood the power of this material and our ability to really onshore this production process for the strengthening of the US industrial base, I do believe that the graphene industry as a whole would have a lot more support. And again, this ability for us to use this strategic material to either replace graphite or reduce our reliance on all critical minerals, I mean, this is hugely important. We are dependent on so many external parties for the production of even things like our phones, our, components for automobiles. And of course, it goes without saying, there are numerous defense applications. So just from a national security perspective, I would really like to see more understanding and more recognition of graphene as a strategic material.
Well, thank you so much, Kjirstin. We really appreciate the update. A lot happening for HydroGraph this year. We will leave for our viewers the link below if you want to receive more information or news on the company. That's hydrograph.com. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And thank you, Kjirstin, for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.